What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining with Games with the Guys. My name is Kevin. I'm going to talk to you about how to do basic setup for PI. Um, First off, PI is pulling resources from a planet and then building it into, of course, product that you could sell or use. First, you'd want to go to the agency and then resource harvesting on the top, planetary industry, and then look for a planet you want. I know exactly what I want to produce. I've already gone through my planets, checked what's the highest um, percent down here, what's the highest resource density, how much I can get out of it, the best that I can get. To get into more depth, you can also go into the customs office, see how the percent is, so then you're getting the most that you can. But that's more in depth. Right now, I'm just trying to show the basics. So first, find a planet that you want to do, which I already have my notes over here of which one to do. We're doing this Oda trick. This one right here is temperate. When you figure out which one you want to do, make sure to go get a command center. Depending on the planet you get, got my temperate command. And all you have to do to set it up is be in the system. You don't have to be next to the planet, just in the system. So from the agency, I'm going to right click, go to view planet industry. It's going to load up. And as I said, I know exactly what I want to resource. So I'll go back to my notes. I'm doing proteins. So the raw material is complex organisms. And then I'm going to process it into proteins. So I'm going to extract the complex organisms and produce proteins. It is very low. This is the best planets that I could find. That's why I have in my notes. That's why I have 2 planets so I can produce more. And this is the best planet that I can find that has a big spot on it. Here's your scale. You can pull it over to the right, and it focuses more on where it's heaviest and densest, more dense. And then you can scroll down, and it shows you more spots. But for this planet, it's got one big spot right there, and some yellow spots underneath it. I'm going to. So you pick your resource that you're wanting to produce and extract. Go over to build. Click on temperate command center. And the temperate command center can be anywhere on the planet. It doesn't need to be next to your setup. Anywhere on the planet. So for right now, I'm just easier. Just put it right here. And then you want to click on it and you want to upgrade it all as much as you can. I have it to level 5. I'm going to upgrade. And when you're doing this, you want to click submit a lot. For everything to go through. Otherwise, you may mess up and it might not go through. So remember, always click submit. So for right now, I got my command center. I need to get extractors to pull the raw resources from the planet. So click on the extractor. You can place the big like dark shaded circle where to put it. I'm going to put it right next to it. And so then I can also still get areas around in case this does disappear. So I'm going to click it right there. And then same thing. Gonna submit. And then I need a storage facility where all the real raw resources are going. So we're gonna put one right here. And then we also need, put my notepad away, a launch pad. So we can launch the produced items into space so then we can go pick it up. So we'll put the launch pad right there. Okay, one thing, just to remember, always link your things to. So from the extractor, the items the raw resources are going to go to the storage unit, and then it's going to go to basic industry facilities. From those facilities, those are the produced items are going to the launchpad. So these two don't need to be connected together. You can if you want. I don't need it, so I'm not going to. So first, submit. Okay, so I want to do my extractors first. I like to do all of them. And then you click on the top right, select resources. We're doing complex organisms for proteins. And then the desired date. I set up my planetary for a day and a half because that's when I assume I think I'm going to be next back on. And then you move your nodes into the densest spots. So I'm just going to circle it. You don't want to overlap, just on the edge of each other. Just like this. And then on the right, you'll see the graph, and it keeps changing. And then you have, so here's your extractors. This is how many units you're going to produce, and this is the time period. So it's at the very beginning, it'll start really hard, and then you'll see it'll say 41,000 units, and it keeps going down. And over here on the right, the units extracted, average per hour 27,000. Total about 1 million. I'm going to start my extractor. Remember this number, 27,000, 28,000 basically. Start the extractor, and then you need to route where the items are going to go. So you click on the dot with the arrows, click on your item, create route to your storage facility. Create route. Now submit. Always remember submit. There we go. The extractors are starting. Current cycle is going to push out 41,000, and then it's going to keep going every 30 minutes. Okay, so now that we have it extracting the raw resources, we need the facilities to produce the raw resources. So doing the basics. So to calculate how many you need, remember we needed 28,000. That's the average unit. So we want to get handy dandy calculator, or you can do it with your head. Basic industry, you want to click on 1, and then you can place it down, right or left click, and then choose what you are producing, or producing proteins. And over here on the left, you can see that it says 3,000, and input is 3,000, output is 20,000. So one of these facilities needs 3,000. We're producing 28,000 average divided by 3,000. I would need about 9 facilities to produce enough for what I am extracting. So I'm going to, there's one, just going to add 9 of them. I like to kind of keep it organized. You do how you would like to. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Guess it's not that organized, but it'll do. And then once you place them, route them. So with these, so my raw resources are going to my storage unit. From the storage unit, they are going to the facilities. So right click on the storage facility, create link, and to the facility. Then once it's produced from the facility, it'll go to the launchpad. And just do that for each one. Storage to facility, facility to launchpad. Storage facility, facility to launchpad. Perfect. And submit. Sweet. Now we need to go into each facility and tell it what it's producing. So we're going to proteins, install, and then once it comes to this screen, it's asking you where it's gonna go after you produce it, which is our launchpad. And then create route, and do that for each one. It automatically goes to the one that you already chose. So proteins, install, launchpad, create route, so forth. Okay, once you have that, remember, always click submit. Perfect. Now, we need to route the raw resources that are from the storage unit to the facilities. So, I'm going to click on the storage unit, facility, click on the routes, and see our 43,000. This is what we're going to get in the first hour. And also one thing to remember, your extractor pulls every 30 minutes and your facilities every 30 minutes as well. And so even though it's going to produce 43,000 right now at the beginning, it's going to slowly go down to 41 and so forth, so forth. So slowly as you get to the end, you will be able to continue producing your proteins. So from the storage, click over here with the arrows pointing in the middle, routes, click on your item, create route to your facility, create route. And then do the same thing. Go to the routes, click on the highest one, the one that is incoming into the facility, click on it, create route, and go to your next facility, create route. Same thing. Routes, click on the incoming, create route, into the facility. And then for myself, this is just me, but looking at the times and how many we're getting each hour, I'm going to, and I have extra power load over here on the left. Once you hit, see how I have a little extra, um, I'm going to add another industry facility, just in case for extra to help. I'm going to add it, I'm going to route it, or create link from the storage unit, and then to the launchpad. Okay, and then I'm going to click on it and choose proteins, and it's going to be routed to the launchpad, create route. And then from the storage unit, I'm going to click on the incoming, create route to the facility, create route, and then submit. And that's it. So now we have our extractor, which is already 7 minutes into it. It's going to be producing 41,000 units right now, this first cycle. It's going to go all 10 of these. And then after the half an hour, it's going to go to my launchpad. And that's where I can pick it up. So once you have this all set up, you can go exit out over here on the top left. And then your planet that you have, ours was the proteins. We're going to go over here on the right. We have Planetary Industries pulled up. I like to have it over here just in case. Right click, go to custom offices, and warp within. This is how you pick up your finished product. You have to go to the customs office. So once you get here, you're going to right click on it, access customs office. And then over here in the top left, it tells you your tax rate. You can go into more depth and looking into each customs office is owned by different players. So they have different tax rates. For example, this one's 21. The another one I have that's 14%. It's just that's when you can go into more depth of what planets you want to use or not. This is just the basics, and this is just for me to initially get something down and producing. And then right here is your temperate launch pad that we have on the planet. Once it comes in, it'll come over here. And once you move it into, if you want to load it onto your ship, you will just drag it over and it'll tell you how much it costs. Click transfer, and then it's free to transfer to your cargo. Just drag it to your cargo, and that's it. You have the finished product. Thank you so much for joining. Hopefully this helped you in your endeavors of PI. I really enjoy it, so I hope you do too. Thanks for coming. Have a good day.